Hi and welcome to this quick video of getting started with Calyptia Core and New Relic. What we're going to do is use Calyptia Core, a telemetry pipeline that can be deployed on top of Kubernetes, virtual machines, or even your laptop via Docker desktop, and route messages to New Relic, a log, metrics, observability platform. What we're going to go ahead and do is deploy Calyptia Core on top of a virtual machine. We'll do that right now. We'll call this New Relic Core. We can add a tag to this. We can copy this install script, and here I have my virtual machine. We can copy and paste. Now this install script is going to make sure that this virtual machine running in my boundary, in my environment, in my VPC, can connect to the control plane of Calyptia Core. That's free to sign up at core.calyptia.com. Now it's also going to do a couple other checks to make sure that I have space, that if I have FIPS or specific crypto policies, that I'm going to be able to adhere and run this appropriately. Now Calyptia Core has a couple of settings on by default, things such as auto healing, auto load balancing, and auto error handling. And those make it really simple for us to go and connect something like a system log over to New Relic. So we can see that things have started up, and now we're doing a couple of other checks to make sure everything is running correctly after the install. I'll go ahead back to the Calyptia Core console and grab the onboarding command. So go ahead and copy that. We'll switch over, and looks like everything is just wrapping up here. Perfect. And we'll copy, paste. And if we switch back to our core console, excellent. Things have deployed successfully. And now we can get started. So what we're going to do is create a custom pipeline. Calyptia Core supports namespace logging. So if you want to collect logs from your namespace, route them to particular backends per namespace, we can use automated logging. But in this case, we're going to use custom logging, or custom pipeline. We'll go ahead and do mock data to New Relic. And here we'll have the main configuration screen. This will allow us to choose a variety of sources. Aspects like agents, we can do metric collection, trace collection with OpenTelemetry or metrics or logs, Kafka, grabbing things from networks such as syslog, firewall logs, HTTP if we have REST endpoints. We can also grab from AWS, Azure, and GCP services. Let's go ahead and just do something super simple such as mock data. And here we'll say Calyptia Core to New Relic. Go ahead and save that, and we'll go ahead and add a destination. Again, we support multiple destinations here, so networking destinations such as syslog, TCP, UDP. You have system such as null or standard output if you want to do some debugging, and a variety of observability, security, AWS, Google, and Azure services. We'll go ahead and choose New Relic logs, as that's the one we want, and we're going to need the New Relic API key. Now this can be obtained from the New Relic portal. So I'll go back here and I'll go ahead and click into API keys. And we have our ingest license key. I'll copy that. You can of course create a new one if you want to just use it for Calyptia Core there. And I'll go back to Calyptia Core, copy, paste, and save. You can of course save that as a secret if we don't want to copy and paste that in plain text. Let's go ahead and save and deploy. This is going to go ahead and create that pipeline that has auto healing, so in case anything happens to it or the service is disrupted or something restarts, this will come back online and continue to send that data. So from there, we're going to go back into New Relic. We'll go into logs, and from here we will see all of these new logs saying Calyptia Core to New Relic. Those are popping in here within the last minute or so. Excellent, and those are coming in at a rate of 1 second. So now what we can do is start to add what we call processing rules. So say we want to do something a bit more interesting, we can go back into Calyptia Core, we can go ahead and click into our pipeline, which is now sending records, and we can click in edit, and what we'll have is this processing rules. Now processing rules allow us to do a multitude of things. One, we can add things such as brand new fields. So we can add a brand new region key saying this is coming from the US West 2 region of AWS. We can add comments so other operators or practitioners can see what we're doing. Add AWS region to the log. And we can also do a quick test to see what that output would look like. Now this is just a mock input. If we want to use the actual logs that we have, we could even come into New Relic and grab the specific text that we want. So excellent, this is the message key that we're looking at. We can go ahead, delete this, run it as a JSON, and from here get a view as to what this will look like. Now we can also do some more interesting things such as redaction. So say for example we want to redact something very specific. Maybe we want to redact the line of Calyptia as we are sending that data through. We can add message, we can add Calyptia, and Calyptia will then be redacted in all future messages. So super simple, we can choose the replacement characters there. Now here, because this is a multi-line message, what I'm going to do is delete this and combine it into a single line here so we can do a proper test. And we can run that again. Perfect. We added the region key, and here we've now done the redaction. Now let's go see how this applies in real time. We'll click Apply, Save and Deploy. This will now deploy a new version of that pipeline. And the great part about this is it will follow a blue-green style deployment. So while there is no network source here from an agent, what we'll do is first create the new one and then slowly deprecate or move the traffic over. Now if I switch back into New Relic and I scroll down for brand new messages, boom, we can see that Calyptia is now fully redacted. Of course I chose a very simple message. If I want to do something more embedded or more obfuscated, such as a credit card number or maybe a regex of patterns, I have all of that available to me as well. Now the other nice thing is if I click into one of these messages, what we'll see is the region key now also showing up, the one that we have added on top. We can also see some of the underlying other pieces when we send data to New Relic. So with that, what we've gone ahead and done is onboarded Calyptia Core, installed it from scratch on a brand new virtual machine in AWS. We've used mock data to just start streaming up data to New Relic, which we have gone and grabbed the API key for. After we created that pipeline, we also obfuscated the logs before sending that data over to New Relic, and we have a bunch of ways to go about and look and analyze that data. Thanks so much for joining us, and yeah, let us know if you need help with Calyptia Core. Happy to help.